My wish has finally come true. Someone has finally made an affordable automatic heat press with adjustable pressure. Make sure you stick around until the end of this video because I'll also share with you how you can score yourself a blind gift box filled with $30 worth of craft materials by HTVRont. Today we're diving into the brand new HTVRont Auto Heat Press 2 to see if this could really be the best automatic heat press machine out there. I've got to say, I was a little bit skeptical at first because if you've been here for a while, you know that I haven't always been a fan of automatic heat presses. But why? Even though they're beginner-friendly and so easy to use, they lack one key feature that I want: adjustable pressure. But HTVRont really listened to feedback with its updated HTVRont Auto Heat Press 2, and they've made some really exciting changes. So let's see if it lives up to the hype. Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Carrie. On my channel, I share all kinds of DIY crafts, including laser engraving, sublimation, and of course, Cricut crafts. I love making anything that you can sell with a small business because, let's be real, everything is so expensive these days and creating multiple streams of income is so important. If this sounds cool to you, hit that like and subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. I've had a lot of fun playing around with my new heat press, and I've heat pressed all kinds of different projects. I made some t-shirts, and I've also been making a lot of custom ornaments. I made this photo ornament for my friend whose dog just passed away. You love it?
Yes, definitely.
I've also been making some really fun 3D Christmas ornaments. I'll have some more tutorials on how to make those projects coming up very soon. From the moment I first opened the box, I was happy to see that there was no additional assembly required. Some heat presses require assembly, and we all know how it can be trying to put things together with instructions that you can barely comprehend. Luckily, with this machine, all I had to do was pull it out of the box, plug it in, and it was good to go. That's what I like to call plug and play. HTVRont sent me the white machine to test out, but it also comes in blue and purple. Little obsessed with the new purple color. Purple is my favorite color. My craft room was actually supposed to be a great purple color, but I didn't get a dark enough shade, and now it just kind of looks gray. I do love the white though, and I love how it matches everything else in my craft room. Another thing I like about this heat press machine is how compact it is. Swing away heat presses take up a ton of space because you need to have enough space for the plate to swing all the way around in both directions. My craft room does not have a lot of space at all, so I need all the compactness I can get. Clamshell style heat presses are more compact, but I don't like those because I feel like I'm going to burn myself with the scalding hot plate in my face. But this machine has a small footprint and the drawer slides out, so you can safely work without being anywhere near the hot parts. And when you're done, just slide the drawer back in. This design is safe and it saves space. Oh, and speaking of safety, another great thing about the HTVRont Auto Heat Press 2 is that it has an auto shutoff feature. After 15 minutes of inactivity, it will shut down automatically. I'm one of those people who always worries that I left my hair straightener on and that I'm going to accidentally burn down the house. So it gives me such peace of mind knowing that it will shut off on its own if I ever forget to turn it off. Another nice safety feature they added is that if you're in the middle of heat pressing something and you need to cancel the press, you can push any button on the control panel and it will make it stop. If you take a quick look at the buttons, you'll be thrilled to see that they're easy to understand. They're labeled with icons that actually make sense, like a thermometer for temperature and a clock for time. This is definitely the most beginner-friendly heat press I've ever used. If you've used some cheap manual heat presses before, you already know how confusing it can be when you have to push label-less buttons for random amounts of time, and the words that come up on the screen make no sense. There's 4 buttons right here. The top one says plus, then minus, setup, and mode. So to set the temperature, it says that you want to press this setting button, the little gear box, once to set the temperature, and press it again to set the time, and press again to exit. They're practically impossible to use without the instruction manual by your side. But not with this machine. The buttons are straightforward and easy to remember. And you never have to worry about forgetting what they mean because they put a handy little cheat sheet right on the front. So if you're ever in doubt about what a button does, you got the answer right there. And check out this cool new feature. You can adjust the angle of your screen to make it easier to see. But the real star of the show, the feature that had me ready to jump up and down, is the adjustable pressure. With a pressure range from 20 to 80 kilograms, this heat press becomes so much more versatile. But why is having adjustable pressure such an important feature? Well, some specialty materials like puff HTV need a lot of pressure to puff up and look their best. Also, thicker materials like sweatshirts might need a little extra pressure to get a good transfer, and that's exactly what we'll be testing out soon. On the flip side, for something more delicate like silk and satin, you can dial down the pressure to avoid damaging it. It's all about getting the perfect press for whatever project you're working on. When it comes to heat pressing, adjustable pressure isn't just a nice to have feature, it's a must have for getting professional results. I already know this machine is fantastic for sublimating t-shirts because I tested it out a few days ago and made these 2 shirts, and they came out amazing. But what I want to know is, can you heat press a hoodie in it? Custom hoodies are a pretty popular project to sell, and I want to see if I can fit them in this heat press and if it has enough pressure to get the vinyl to stick well. Let's put it to the test. First things first, let's see if we can even fit the hoodie inside the heat press. Great, I was able to fit the hoodie inside the press by turning it sideways so that the hood doesn't bunch up in the back. Next, grab a lint roller and make sure your shirt is free of any hair or lint. Even the tiniest little piece of pet fur will be noticeable underneath HTV. Now that I know that my hoodie can fit, let's move over to the computer and start designing our hoodie. First stop, Fabrica. They're my favorite place for all of my fonts and designs. If you've never used them before, definitely check out their site and sign up for a free trial through the link in my video description. My daughter loved this design and asked me to put it on her hoodie, so that's what I'm going to do. I love being able to make custom clothes at home for a fraction of the price. Once you have a subscription to Fabrica, all you have to do is click the big green download button and save the file to your computer. Next stop, Cricut Design Space. To import your design, click Upload, Upload Image, Browse, and select the file you're looking for. While our machine is cutting, I'm going to move over to my heat press and show you exactly how to adjust the settings. For normal heat transfer vinyl, you should heat it at 305 degrees for 10 to 15 seconds. Click on the thermometer and adjust it to 305 degrees. You can do short presses to raise the numbers in increments of 5 or long presses to raise it in increments of 10. Now we can adjust the time. Click the clock and change it to 10 seconds. Next, I need to set the pressure for my sweatshirt. So I looked online for how much pressure you should use when heat pressing a hoodie, and it recommended 30 to 50 psi. So if I click on the pressure button, I can lower it right here. So let's go down to 30. It looks like 50 is as low as it goes. And it also only goes up in increments of 20. That's different. I wonder if this means pounds per square inch or if it's something else. I'm going to start at 50 pounds and see if the heat transfer vinyl sticks, and if not, we're going to have to crank it up. I really like this auto button right here, which makes the heat process even easier. When you push it, it makes it so that when your tray slides in, it automatically closes the top and begins the press. You don't need to press the start button when you have this setting selected. Once your machine gets to the right temperature, you should preheat your shirt to remove any wrinkles and moisture. This is especially important for getting a smooth transfer. After you weed your design, you can get to the fun part, transferring it onto your shirt. Since our design has 2 layers, a black and a white layer, we need to heat press them separately and at different times. When heat pressing multiple layers, you should only heat press the first layer for a few seconds, just long enough to tack it down. We're going to start with the white layer, and I'm only going to heat press it for 5 seconds. Press the time button and lower it to 5. Cover your design with a sheet of butcher paper and slide the tray in to begin the heat press. It's peeling up after 5 seconds, so let's try heating it longer. Lining it up carefully can be a little tricky, so instead of trying to line up the top, I'm going to line up the season part and just make sure that the outline is perfect around here. And then if it is, everything else should line up. I was just checking out page 2 of the instruction manual, and it has some ironing perimeters. So for pure heat transfer vinyl, which I think is just everyday iron-on, They recommend 15 seconds at 170 pounds. So 170 pounds is the maximum pressure that this machine goes up to, I believe. Yeah, 170 is as high as it goes. So it looks like for every kind of material on this page, they recommend maximum pressure. Everything is at 170. The only thing that changes is the amount of time that you press it for. On the final press with the black HTV, we'll press it for the full 15 seconds. And the countdown begins. I love how everything is automatic. When it's finished, it opens up all by itself. Pull the tray out, and in a moment, we'll peel off the carrier sheet. Moment of truth. Let's see. Check it out. I think it looks perfect. Don't you? The vinyl is totally stuck on there. So now that I've had a chance to really test out the HTVRont Auto Heat Press 2 a few times, I want to go over my final thoughts. Let's start with the things that I like. Setup was super simple, just plug and play. It's really beginner friendly and easy to use, which is perfect for people who are just starting to dip their toes into the world of heat pressing. It's a sleek and nice looking machine. I mean, look at these two machines side by side. Which would you rather have in your craft room? Cons? Honestly, I don't have a lot of complaints. If I had to nitpick, I'd say the price is a little higher than manual presses, but the features you get make it well worth the investment. And even at $349, that's still a heck of a lot cheaper compared to Cricut's auto press that retails at $1,000. And theirs doesn't have adjustable pressure. I don't really like how the numbers count up by increments of 5 instead of 1. For example, when I was making ornaments, the HTVRont instructions said that I should heat press it at 356 degrees, which was very exact. But my machine only does increments of 5, so I had to settle on 355. Now, I doubt that 1 degree made a difference, but it was unusual because their instructions were specific. Another thing is with the pressure, it goes up in increments of 20. So when I was researching what these numbers mean in terms of medium to high pressure, what I found online was that medium pressure is 35 psi and high pressure is 50 psi. But with this machine, it starts at 50 and it goes all the way up to 170. So I was a little bit confused on what is considered low to medium pressure and what is high. I'm guessing since the range is so big that 50 is their lowest and 170 is their highest. So, is this the best automatic heat press machine out there? I think that it just might be. If you're looking for a heat press that's easy to use, versatile, and gives consistent professional results, the HTVRont Auto Heat Press 2 is definitely worth checking out. Let me know in the comments what you think about this heat press. What do you want to see me make with it next? The last thing that I want to share with you is a fun and exciting way that you can win some awesome free stuff from HTVRont. Here's how it works. First, create a craft video using HTVRont products and post it on any social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or Facebook. Then tag it with hashtag #SuperGiftSpy. Then you can click on the link in my video description to bring you over to their website where you can redeem your blind gift box with $30 worth of materials. That's it. So go make something awesome and win yourself some free stuff. Want to see some more cool sublimation project ideas? Stay tuned for my next video where we sublimate these hilarious 3D Christmas ornaments. Turn on your notification bell so you don't miss out. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more crafting tips, tricks, and product reviews, and check out this playlist for more fun sublimation project ideas and tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.